Without further ado, we are back with a little bit of Esper Vial. That is white, blue, and black. So what are we doing here? So Esper Vial is a well-known legacy tempo mid-range creature-based deck. It is amazing that we are not playing 4 copies of Aether Vial, but maybe we don't need them because we are playing 22 lands. So what are we doing here? So we are playing a bunch of creatures that have enter the battlefield triggers that synergize with each other in a bunch of interesting and sort of complex ways. This is a very much like controlling mid-range creature deck. And without getting into excruciating detail, it's really hard to say more about it than that. So we should have very, very good gameplay against a lot of other mid-range and control decks. Between the cards Tidehollow Sculler, Spell Queller, and Teferi Time Raveler, we have some game against creature and aggressive decks with Path to Exile and Skyclave Apparition and Wasteland Strangler. So instead of talking too much about the exhaustive synergies that you're likely to see in the games that we're going to play, let's just talk about a couple of quick ones. So Wasteland Strangler and Ulamog's Nullifier both work with a mechanic from Oath of the Gatewatch, which is known as processing, I believe, where you take cards from Exile that are owned by your opponents and you put them into their graveyard for fun and profit. So in the case of Wasteland Strangler, you get to put a card from Exile into their graveyard and give something -3/-3. In the case of Ulamog's Nullifier, you get to put 2 cards from Exile into their graveyard and you counter target spell. Now, within that limited format and it's the design of that set, most of the cards you were putting into Exile, you were just sort of doing it as a passive effect. You were just basically milling cards from the top of their deck into Exile. In this deck, we're going to be using cards like Tidehollow Sculler to exile things from their hand that they are supposed to get back when Tidehollow Sculler dies. But if we use a Wasteland Strangler and Ulamog's Nullifier to put that into the graveyard, it will not come back. The game basically loses track of the card that it's supposed to be doing. Same with Delay. Skyclave Apparition, I believe the ability will become unlinked. I'm not sure. We might have to see what happens there. Need to call a judge on that one. Spell Queller, once again, they're supposed to get their card back. They won't if we put it into their graveyard. And, of course, Force of Negation exiles cards as well. Cling to Dust exiles cards as well. Path to Exile exiles cards as well. So we have a lot of different ways to exile cards and then process them into their graveyard. Other than that, again, we are playing an Esper colored deck with a bunch of synergies, so let's hop into a league and see how it goes. Yeah, Alex, can you answer that question for me? So if I have a Skyclave Apparition and I exile a card, then I process the card into their graveyard. If my Skyclave Apparition dies, but the card that it was linked to is no longer in exile, do they get an XX or is X going to be equal to 0? Because it's looking for a specific value on a card that is no longer in the zone where it's expected to be. But it also, in theory, it recorded that when it enters the battlefield. Okay, we're playing against Intrepid Zero again. We've played against them before. This is not a perfect opening hand, but a very good one. I do not remember what deck they're on, but anyway. Summarizing the deck with 4 words. Watch out for Torpor Orb. Yeah, that would be very, very, very good against us. Anywho, let's see how we do here. Oh, it's the humans player. Ah, touche. We actually should have a reasonable matchup here, so... I was really hoping to draw land so that we could... a white producing land there so we could Tidehollow Sculler. On the flip side, if they kites it... Oh, I should have played the second vial. Oops. Hold on. It's always in the correct zone. The exile, I think what you see on board in MTGO is just to keep... No, that's not what I'm... That's not... Okay, anyway. Answer the question. Okay, so now we can't Tidehollow Sculler and Strangler here. We can still Tidehollow Sculler them here, though. If they Vial at end of turn, we'll respond by using our Vial and putting in our Tidehollow Sculler. Okay, they didn't. Before the 2 counter goes on it, let's use our Vial and Tidehollow Sculler here. You think they still get the token, okay. Because we have to pay 1 for Mariner here. Oh, Doctor, that was a really good time to do the thing that we did. Because they otherwise would have gotten a double Thalia's Lieutenant there, and that would have been bad. They're going to get to go double Mantis Rider here, so that's also really bad. Also, if they attack with Unsell the Mariner, I'm kind of incentivized not to block. They did not, though, which is good-ish. Okay. If there's no card exiled when Skyclave Apparition leaves the battlefield, most likely use the first ability. Yeah, but the question is, does last known information... Is the second ability on Skyclave Apparition working on last known information, or is it working on normal, I guess, linked ability rules? I didn't use good words there, but I said my piece. All right, so I think we're just going to pass the turn here and hope that between Wasteland Strangler and Skyclave Apparition, we're just going to attrition the shit out of them. There is 1 card in their hand that we know of, and it's another island or the cavern. I don't know. I don't really see any reason to kill one of their Mantis Riders now rather than later. I guess we should, though. There's no reason not to, I think. So let's just go Strangler. We'll strangle the real Mantis Rider. We'll pay for it, yes, and then we will choose to put the Thalia's Lieutenant into their graveyard. And now we'll play the second Aether Vial because, good God, am I bad at this game. It is never relevant to have a second Aether Vial, thanks, Zach. My opponent's having 2 Aether Vials is always good for me. Therefore, I will never play my second Aether Vial because it is irrelevant for me to have. Okay, Thraben Inspector. So I guess Thraben Inspector is just something that humans are playing now? Which is, I mean, okay. I guess that's a thing. I would like to draw a white mana, please. Also good. Not great, though. Good memoirs. Not great memoirs. I guess this means that this turn cycle, I'm going to Skyclave their Mariner. And then next turn cycle... Okay, got it. Okay. So I'm going to take another 3 here to sort of get ahead on board. I'll attack with a Strangler. Strangler is a safe attack. So it looks like we're in okay shape here in game 1. I'm sorry, I can't see chat for the moment. There we go. I don't think they are linked except to identify that number. Okay. But I think Roy is probably right, Alex, because the way that they wrote the ruling there suggests that there are other ways that it could happen, but they're just so much more unlikely than the first ability fizzling is the most likely case for that to be true, whereas the other reason for it happening is much less likely. Oh, sorry. So the reason I'm making the play that I was talking about earlier... Okay, so we'll do this now. The reason I'm making this play is that this is going to put a card into exile, and putting a card into exile is important because then I can process something with the second Wasteland Strangler. So if I Skyclave Apparition the Mantis Rider that's in play right now, what ends up happening is it sacrifices to its own trigger before the Skyclave Apparition will exile it, and then I won't be able to process anything with the Tidehollow Sculler. I can't group block here because then I lose. I guess I'll just take the 6. It'll be a little bit low, but I'm only taking an extra 2 damage here, so it's not a big deal. And then next turn, I don't have to worry about them getting any kind of creature. So we should be pulling nicely ahead here, with the one caveat that I would really like to draw a white producing land sometime soon. So this is no, and then yes. Would also not hate to draw a Charming Prince just to gain a little bit of life, and or have the option of exiling some of their creatures. We are definitely going to wait until their turn to vial in this Wasteland Strangler, though, because the way the Mantis Rider is going to die is due to a trigger, so there really isn't any way that they can hose me on that. So we're just going to stay here in a semi-defensive posture and hope that they feel like they need to swing fairly aggressively. Okay, good. I don't know what is up with this new build of humans, but whatever. Wasteland Strangler. Target. I don't even have to pay for the... Yeah, I don't have to pay for the Mariner here, right? Yeah, I don't. Nah. Oh, I guess it would have processed. I don't know that it would. And then I've got Spell Queller from here on out. So as long as they don't... if they draw something that's a 2-drop, even if it's a human or illusion or whatever they want to make uncounterable, I can still exile it with Spell Queller. So this deck seems like it's interestingly positioned against Cavern of Souls decks, in that everything we do just exile stuff. Okay, so let's start getting a little aggressive with our Wasteland Stranglers. Okay, we're just going to say no to both right now. I guess I could put one of them on 4. Nope. All right. Let's go Spirit, I guess. Yeah. I guess I could put one of these on 4 in order to... sorry. I could have put my Vial on 3 up to 4 and the other Vial up to 3, because then I would have been ready for the Ulamog's Nullifier, but I actually don't have 2 cards of theirs in exile right now, so my Nullifier wouldn't trigger anyway. So what we're really hoping for here is they draw any human that doesn't cost exactly 3, and they scoop. Going to game 2. All right, so Fatal Push seems good. Celestial Purge is not great, but it's good. And then the real question is Kaya. I feel like Kaya's money. I feel like Ulamog's Nullifier is quite poor in this matchup. 2-3 stats are not particularly impressive. Oh, and Force Negation. I want to do something like this. Relic-Warder is like technically okay. I feel like Cling to Dust is actually something I do want to hold on to. I guess Delay is also kind of bad. Let's toss 1 Delay for a Celestial Purge. And then... I guess Relic-Warder is okay, in that getting rid of their vials is not the end of the world. It's probably better than Delay on average, like, I guess. Like, in the same way that Celestial Purge is probably better than Ulamog's Nullifier or Force of Negation on average. I don't think I want anything like Thoughtseize, but I think Relic-Warder is not the end of the world. It's probably just better than Delay. It would definitely be a lot better on the play, because then if we go like white source into white source, then we get to nail their Vial on the play. That's a zombie. Wow. This is not the greatest cavern deck I've ever seen. The caverns in this deck are super speculative. Like, I cannot think of the last time I saw a cavern deck that was more awkward than this one is. The opening hand I kept there was so sketchy. Like, we're clearly like doing okay. What the hell? Okay, so they've got Lightning Bolt in their hand. That's what they're telling me, because I've played against them earlier this evening and they had Lightning Bolt there. But like, look at my hand. We've got zombies, cat clerics, and core spirits. Like, I don't. There's no, like, the cavern is here for, I guess it must be just for the control matchups, because it just does not seem good here at all. So I guess I'm going to play cavern, put it on zombie, and sculler them, because them bolting sculler is like the worst. Sculler has no job title. No, zombie like goblin is a job title. If you're a zombie, you don't need a job, and if you're a goblin, you don't need a job. Goblining is your job. All right, do they have the bolt? They do have the bolt. They also have a Skyclave Apparition and a Phantasmal Image. I guess I will. Oh, shit. I'm gonna take the Phantasmal Image because I don't want them to just do that. Like, all of these things are better for me than them copying my Tidehollow Sculler. The question is, will they bolt? They will. Okay. And then they're going to cast... what are they going to cast? Nothing? It's Fiery Islet. Yeah, they're going to cast nothing. Okay, so they can Skyclave literally anything I play. So what we're going to play is Teferi, and we're going to minus him. Because that puts us in a pretty good position just generally, I think. Like, we just get to go up a card, and if they Skyclave him, then it's like, that's fine. I suppose the other option is to play Tidehollow again. Actually, no, playing Tidehollow is really good here, right? Because we get to take one of those things. We take the Reflector Mage, they play Skyclave Apparition, then we play Teferi, we bounce the Skyclave Apparition, we get a 2/2. Yeah, okay. Okay. No. Figured it out. Unless they drew something else, but we'll see. And modern. And at minimum, we get to see their hand, right? So. Oh, great. They drew another lightning bolt. Well. All right. Well, we'll take the Reflector Mage anyway. Probably they'll just spew off another lightning bolt here. They do not. This makes me believe that they're going to Phantasmal Image and then bolt. Wild. Okay. Well, if they don't take Celestial Purge, we can kill this Sculler with that. Or Teferi. So no matter what they do, we can kill their Sculler and get our card back. Obviously, we don't want to do it with Teferi, so this is actually a better happenstance. This is a very strange game. Okay, so I have multiple spirits in my deck, so I guess I'm going to Cavern for Spirit here. Although if I Cavern for Cat or Cleric, I can actually play this Relic-Warder, but I don't really need to do that right now, so... I also don't need to kill this Tidehollow Sculler right now. But if I do so, I get my Teferi back, but getting my Teferi back has no value, so never mind. Oh, I should just Skyclave Apparition there. Okay, so we want to name Spirit here. Okay, so name Spirit. Because for them, the Skyclave Apparition has a lot more value than ours does. I want to try to get the Skyclave Apparition out of their hand as much as I can, because yeah, and they don't get a creature token from this, so if they bolt this now, I don't really care. Gosh, I hope I'm making some kind of sense. This is like really weird, complicated stacking combat math / chicanery. I'm gonna refer to as chicanery. Are you gonna bolt this? You're not. Yeah, you're gonna sack one of your. They're not gonna sack one of their. Okay, okay. Well, what's going on? Oh, okay. This is leaves the battlefield, so you okay? But that okay. I don't. Okay, whatever. So I Teferi and then bounce this. And I get a 2/2. And then okay. I don't see how this goes wrong for me. Although we're gonna tap this way because then if I draw white or black land, then I can play Tidehollow Sculler. So let's get a 2/2 and beat them up a little bit. And they already passed on bolting, so this is one of those like super weird times where Magic actually feels like we're playing chess. Like because like each turn, like we're able to do multiple things, but it's like a very predictable number of multiple things because we both have pretty open information. And I don't know, feel like I'm getting thoroughly outsmarted here, even though like on any measurable metric, I'm pretty sure I'm ahead. Okay, so this is going to bounce my illusion. Okay. You still have a bolt, but you need to play it now. Which they don't. Plays Meddling Mage. Okay, that could be bad. Is a Tidehollow Sculler. Wasteland Strangler. Okay. Okay. Plus my Teferi, play one Tidehollow Sculler, and then have Celestial Purge open, I guess. So we'll go black. Ooh, nope. White. Black. Yikes. There's a lot of Skyclave Apparitions. So no matter what, they can play a Skyclave Apparition, wipe out my Sculler, and get their bolt back. Yeah, shoot. This is not the best. All right. I guess I'll no, I'm not even forcing them to do anything. They can do whatever they want with that. Take bolt. Yeah, maybe I should have taken the bolt, but like then they still have an apparition. They just play the apparition, exile my Sculler, and get the bolt back. Like I mean, it mattered, but it feels like it didn't matter. Like you're right. I should have taken the one card that was different, but like apparently they're playing Skyclave Apparition first, so either way. I mean, you're not wrong. You are correct as almost always, my friend. It's just, I just don't think it matters. Because, like, yeah. Yeah. We are going to get to play Teferi here and then bounce the Skyclave Apparition and get a 2/2. But then they're going to play the Skyclave Apparition again, and then it's not going to matter. So we definitely need to draw some gas here. Okay, that's a good card. So play Teferi, bounce the apparition. Kaida's got a target. Yeah, not soon, but eventually. So we'll go white, blue. Crap, I can't play Teferi and have Fatal Push ready to go. What are the chances that I play Kaya and they don't attack it down? 0? It's got to be 0. I guess I could just Sculler and then have Celestial Purge ready to go. It's almost definitely the best thing to do here. Because the other card in their hand is Skyclave Apparition, so it's worth taking. Like 100%. Yeah. What are the caverns on? Spirit and Zombie. Can we cap their Vial? We couldn't. because I made bad choices. Well, I say I made bad choices, but this deck is very awkwardly constructed. Yeah, no. I don't really mind the Vial on 1. Like, the Vial on 1 is not, yeah, it's not a concern yet. They only attack with Reflector Mage? Good lord, that is conservative. I'm not okay with it, I'm just saying, like, jeez. Charming Prince. All right, that would be great with a Vial. We don't have a Vial, but it would have been great with a Vial. Yeah, I think we play the Relic-Warder now. Wait, we can't do that. Literally unplayable. Great. I could Charming Prince to slide my Sculler, which puts the Skyclave back in their hand temporarily, but then I get it back. But the main reason to do it is to turn on my Fatal Push and then 2-mana Fatal Push their Skyclave Apparition and get a 2/2. That actually puts me like significantly more even on board. So that is almost definitely worth doing. It looks really crappy and awkward, but I think this is worth doing. It is. So they do get the Skyclave Apparition back in their hand for now, but it's not going to end up mattering. And we will kill the Skyclave Apparition, and we have the mana to pay the tax. He's the tax man. Whoa, 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 he's the tax man. Oh, I have to pay the tax again, and I can't do it, so they get their... okay. This card is really obnoxious, just in case anyone didn't know. Unsettled Mariner is unbelievably obnoxious. Just in case you were curious. Thank you, Roybert. Okay, well, at least I've got a 2/2. I can group block that. Get out of here. You dirty rat. No, he's killing my Charming Prince. Uh-oh. Oh, it's so bad. There's so many lightning bolts. They have drawn 16 cards out of their decks, and they have been almost exclusively lightning bolts. God, my hand is so awkward. I think we're just gonna scry here. Because I gotta get my shit together over here. Gaining 3 life would obviously... Jeez. It's all so slow. Like, Aether Vial is really good, but it's really slow. Ugh. Getting blown out on that Mariner play was really bad. That was a huge mistake on my side. Hopefully they continue to be conservative with their attacks, but, like... I don't know. The cycling lands on their side mean that they almost definitely have this one locked up. Okay, very late for Champion to come down, so that's something. And they are still being super conservative with their attacks, which is fine. Like, if I were them, I would be all in on attacking with this Meddling Mage. It's just not doing that much on their side. Let's play... Aether Vial. We're going to play Kaya. We're going to plus Kaya because minusing Kaya doesn't work right now because I can't pay the tax on Unsettled Mariner. And plusing Kaya is going to gain me life without targeting my opponent, which is great. So they will feel pressured to attack my Kaya. So at minimum, she's buying me time and gaining me permanent life. In a couple of turns, then we will be able to... drop in the Leonin Relic-Warder. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that's really, 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 really bad. What am I about to take? At least 12? Okay. If Skyclave Apparition's first ability exiled more than one card owned by a single player, that player contains a token. If the first ability exiled cards owned by more than one player... No. No. Okay, that is not... Oh. One can create an illusion with power toughness greater than 4/4. If Skyclave Apparition's first ability exiled more than one card owned by a single player, that player could choose its chance equal to the sum of those cards created. Okay, wild. Oh my god! And now they draw the Mantis Rider. This has been useless all game, but now they drew the Mantis Rider, and I think we're just getting lethaled. Good lord. Oh my god! Oh my god! Brutal! Unreal! Okay, so I feel like maybe we should be playing some number of delay. The Relic-Warder was awkward garbage. I guess we didn't have an Aether Vial all game, so maybe it would be better if we had that. I guess the Relic-Warder has the potential to put things into... I don't know. You are so awkward, though. And you're a cat cleric. Is anything in my deck even a cleric? I don't think that they are. Noble? No. To be fair, we drew both our Cavern of Souls, so our mana that game was brutal. We drew 0 of our 10 fetch lands to fix our mana at any point, or maybe 1. So, jeez, so tough. I don't know. You know what? I don't think we boarded badly. I just think that was just super, super unfortunate. Are they playing Caverns? I think they are, but like I don't feel bad about playing 1 delay. Jeez, that's a hand. I can't keep this. Not with Roy watching. If I was on my own, I would keep that. Oh my god. First hand was better. Give me back the first hand. Yeah, our opponent kept their 7. Great. Oh my god! Pointless. Freaking pointless magic. That's what we were about to play here. Brutal. Okay. I have to keep 3 mana sources. Might as well keep that. What am I on? 4 cards? Ugh. I can't keep 3 mana sources. Alright. Super. Well, maybe we'll be okay. This is just frustrating because I feel like we had a bunch of good games there. Like, obviously we won game 1 more handily than we lost game 2. Like, game 2 was very, 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 very tight until that last second where they completely annihilated us. But other than that, it was a good one. And, like, I think we do have a good enough matchup here that we can pull this out. Shit. It doesn't matter what I get. I need white. I'm definitely getting white, and then the question is either blue or black. What do I need more? I think it's black. More likely need to cast something for black at some point. Anyway. What do you have in your hand? Infinite lightning bolts again? Okay. So take the Skyclave. They're going to play Mariner this turn. We kill the Mariner with Fatal Push, and then hopefully we're in okay shape. They do not play the Mariner this turn. They play 2 Thraben Inspectors. Okay, that's fair. They will hit me for 3, but then I'll Fatal Push the champion for 1 mana, so that's not too bad. Unless I draw land, then I'm really going to be in good shape. Let's go ahead and draw land. Let's do it. This should be... Shit. Man, that would have been really, really good if I had also had a land for that one. Alright, whatever. Let's let them think that they get to sequence differently? Question mark. But, like, now they're going to have the Mariner, so my Strangler's going to be all messed up. Super frustrating. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, this is gonna suck. We needed to hit the land there and we didn't do it. I'm pretty sure I kept the correct mulligan to 4, but that was just savage, unfortunately. This deck has a lot of interesting choices that make it very mulligan. You know, I like the mulligan too. Like, if you ask me in the abstract, okay, so we can't kill the Mariner here because we haven't hit our next land yet. Or sorry, we can't kill the Mantis Rider here because we haven't hit our next land yet. So we're taking 6. So we're just dead. No, we mulliganed correctly, and that was just magic happening. We got a game win in the last league because of our opponent mulliganing like that, and this is the opposite side of that. And there's no shame in it. It's frustrating, but it's not wrong. This is a cool deck, and it's fun to play. And that is generally going to be a tough matchup. This is a really, really good hand in that it's easy to know if I'm going to mulligan. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Only one way to solve the problem. Play more Magic. Yeah, we're going to do that. Well, listen, bud. We've got both blue-black control being a viable... I'm a subscriber. Awesome. Apparently in all of the time that I haven't been playing much Magic, people have been watching my content. Not too many, but I guess it's been new people. I don't know exactly how it's been working, but like I've run into so many people in the queues that have been like, I'm a fan, or like, hey, it's you, I can't believe it, or stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so that... Well, no, actually. I was about to say that should have been Cling to Dust, but anyway. So, hopefully tomorrow we'll be playing Blue-Black Control and Iceberg Control, because there's an 80-card Iceberg Control deck that 5-0'd. Hopefully Larynx Punchworthy can be here for that, because I know he loves seeing me play Iceberg Control. Oh! Yeah, Blue-Black Control is a competitive Modern deck, so we'll be playing those hopefully tomorrow. It's 80 cards too. It's a Urian one, so it is the greatest of all time. Okay, that's a really good draw because I want to play this Charming Prince to try to set up the rest of this game. So it looks like we're against some kind of Blue Moon nonsense. We should have a pretty okay matchup here. We forced out the Force of Negation, and they don't have a huge number of ways to generate card advantage, so I'm pretty happy to see this. I'm gonna go ahead and shock there so I can play Charming Prince and have Ephemerate up. I'm not super concerned about my life total, and getting 2 Scry 2s might be really, really nice, or more. Do I want more mana? Not necessarily. Do I want a Flooded Strand? Not necessarily. We're going to bottom both of these. This also maximizes the impact of if they have a removal spell and I get to Ephemerate, so I'm hoping that happens. Also, was it possible for me to have Ephemerate and Cling to Dust up? No. So... I can't Ephemerate that. Okay. Resolves. Don't jace me. Okay. Oh crap. Now they're gonna have Mystic Sanctuary for their Archmage's Charm. Oh, but I've got a Cling to Dust, so as long as I keep that up. Okay. Are you that same Flooded Strand I put on the bottom? Gosh darn it. Ah, no! I meant to attack. It's fine. Probably not going to matter too much. I mean, I was playing around the Snapcaster Mage. What are you talking about? I'm great at this game. Hey, we get to make one of the sweet plays that I was looking at. Zoop! Do I want to fetch before I scry? Yes, I do. And we'll just get an island, I guess. Yeah, my colors are pretty well covered. Oh, Ulamog's Nullifier, baby. That's what we're looking for. That's the hot fire. Because they have a card in exile? Question mark? Oh, right. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, they forced. Nice. So hopefully they play something this turn for me to delay, and or they play something that makes me want to cling to dust. Because I need a second card in exile. Cast your chase. Where's my burrito? Couldn't remember if it was target spell or target non-creature spell. No, it's not that bad. Come on now. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cling to dust their lightning bolt because this just looks like I'm going to go ahead and cling to dust their Archmage's Charm, partially because it just looks like I'm trying to cycle it. Second, because it's going to get into exile. And third, that is the card that they are most likely to want to Mystic Sanctuary, but they're not, they were not likely to try to counter my card there. All right. Are we going to flicker to Charming Prince again? Yes. Scrying to... Uh-oh. Really? You're gonna bolt it. So, I could Ulamog's Nullifier that. Or delay it. I think I'm just gonna let it go, honestly. Because basically all I'm doing here is saving the Charming Prince, and it's a bear. How many cards do they have in exile? 2. I'm just gonna let that go. Cast the card without paying its mana cost. Well, I can't. Tidehollow Sculler. Yeah, we can do that. Especially because they've been spewing removal, and I have a delay in hand. So let's play the Tidehollow Sculler and have the delay ready to go, and then we have the follow-up of Ulamog's Nullifier to put the card that Sculler removed into the graveyard. So, although it looks like they have like an Archmage's Charm or something here. We're definitely going to counter them if they do that. Snappy. This is snap, grab, bolt, the Tidehollow Sculler. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. Get out of here, nerd. Get ye hence. So I suppose they could have a third lightning bolt in their hand, but that's fine. Whoa!
You can run.
What is up, Ashiok and crew? Thanks for coming by. Glad I haven't been forgotten. We're playing a little bit of Esper Vial here, so you can hit exclamation point deck to check out the deck list in the chat. We are going to take this through the breach and leave them with a very awkward hand that hopefully doesn't crush me. So we're in great-ish shape here. Oh. No, I noticed that you and a couple of other people ended up taking a bunch of time off at almost the exact same time that I did. I was streaming, not necessarily playing Magic. I've been playing Magic. They hit the land off the top, so we know their exact hand is Force of Negation Emrakul right now, and we are desperately hoping that they draw. Well, I guess no, we're playing Teferi this turn because one, it means that Snapcaster Mage is not going to get to come back. And two, even if they draw a bolt or a removal spell for this Shkura, they cannot... so, yeah, they're going to have to force negation here. I guess this is opening me up to... Do we need to play anything? We don't need to play anything, but, like... Yeah, I guess this is opening me up to... They literally top deck Breach here. But I don't feel too bad about that. Okay, now they can't breach. They have enough cards in exile that when... Ulamog's groupie. Yeah, no, there was such a high... Yeah, no. I mean, I guess technically I should never have expected that Teferi to resolve, but So if I'm assuming that they're automatically going to play the breach there, then I really shouldn't have bothered. Sorry, play the Force of Negation there. That I should not have bothered. But we still have enough cards in their Exile that we could either let them play the Snapcaster Mage next turn, or we nullify the Snapcaster Mage. I guess the correct thing to do... the correct thing to do is let them play the Snapcaster Mage, right? And let them bolt my Tidehollow Sculler, let them get their Breach back, and then nullify the Breach. But I feel like if they don't cast this Breach, then we're really putting ourselves in a bad situation. Like, let's imagine that they play Snap. Like, we let them play the Snap. And then let's imagine that we let them bolt our Tidehollow Sculler because we're like, oh, no, we'll just Nullifier it when they cast it through the Breach. But the problem with that play is that what if they don't cast the through the Breach? What if they just wait? We can nullify the Snap. No, we're going to. I'm just pointing out why we're going to. Sorry. If it was unclear, the only thing I'm doing is showing why we're going to nullify the Snapcaster rather than let it resolve. This puts more of a clock on the table. This obviously this makes it. We're entertaining hypotheticals. Yeah, but I think it's worth doing because I am sometimes smart enough to come to a conclusion before I, have properly reasoned it out. But most of the time, that's slapdash, and you shouldn't do it. Nice jank, lol. Yo, dog. It was in the 5-0 list. Established legacy deck, y'all. Anyway, we've got a good clock on the board, and yeah. Anyway, but I think it's worth reasoning through. How could they say something controversial yet so brave? Jank dog greater than Snoop Dogg. Well, let's not go that far. Do we have a sideboard for this kind of deck? Yeah, we got Thoughtseize, we got Unmoored Ego. Assuming they don't juke. I'm going to leave this unsacked. Not for any good reason, just because it felt right. Okay, now we're in a very perilous position. I am going to keep attacking. If they have a Snapcaster Mage, they're going to completely destroy me. But with my hand being what it is, if they have a Snapcaster Mage, they are going to completely destroy me anyway. Well, fuck. You guys remember where I said if they have a Snapcaster Mage, they're going to completely destroy me? Yeah, that was still true. Yeah, we're just dead here. We can't beat the Emrakul that's in their hand. So that was a tad unfortunate. Okay, so Thoughtseize and Ego. And those are better than Path and Wasteland Strangler. And I suppose if I could cut another Wasteland Strangler into 2 Skyclave Apparitions, I would. I don't think it's worth doing, so I'd rather keep the thing with 3 power. Yeah, because that can't hit Emrakul. Okay. Pretty happy with the sideboarding. I don't think it gets better than this, but it certainly doesn't feel terrific. Would I like to play first? Yes, please. That is a super mediocre hand. Quick maths. Yeah, you got to do quick maths. This hand is really mediocre. Roy says keep. All right, we're going to keep. We're going to keep on the back of Thoughtseize into Unmoored Ego. So hopefully what happens here is we clear the way for an Unmoored Ego, and the Unmoored Ego makes the rest of their gameplay just really awkward. All right, so if we manage to hit the this doesn't really interact with their deck, right? I would say that would be a pretty ambitious claim that Wasteland Strangler interacts with their deck. But yeah. Okay, we're going to take the snap here. I guess we could take the Archmage's Charm, because it's a 2-for-1 that's actually relevant. The Snapcaster's not. Yeah, let's take the Archmage's Charm. With the amount we are savaging our own life total, it is entirely possible they could play the Snapcaster as an Ambush Viper and just beat me to death, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. Yeah, it does feel like Pi Gonti was right, and like literally anyone who looked at this deck list would probably say the same thing, that we should absolutely be playing 4 Aether Vials. You can always board them out, but I don't think not having 4 in the main deck is a good idea. We won a game where we had turn 1 Aether Vial, and we had another Aether Vial in our hand that was blank all game, and it just didn't matter because having 1 was good enough. Like, it just is that good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know they've got... Okay, there we go. They've got Snap, Through the Breach, Abrade. I think they played everything else out we know about. That's the dream, though. Yeah. Aether Vial is great when you draw one time and never see another. Right, but the point is, Aether Vial is so good in this deck that even if you draw 2, it's more than good enough. I hate piloting Aether Vial decks. I do too. I mean, I don't hate it because I think that the good games are super interactive and fun, like a lot of the time. Like there's really sweet synergies and enter the battlefield triggers and all sorts of fun stuff like that. The variance is very frustrating. Okay. Did they hit an Emrakul while we were fucking around? While we were dicking around, accomplishing nothing on our side of the battlefield, did they hit an Emrakul? What is the answer? Or did they hit a counterspell? Jeez. Come on, man. Okay. Hallowed Fountain. It's better than discarding a card. But not by that much. Jeez. Oh, man. Bolted in response to Anger of the Gods. Wow. I don't know. Take the Abrade. Have Torpor Orb-like effects pick up as a result? No, I don't think so. But Skyclave Apparition is busted in half. Just, if you weren't aware, you should be. Skyclave Apparition is the nuts. It's unfreaking real. The problem with Torpor Orb-like effects is they're mostly not worth playing. Although, I would say the recent Wurza deck that made, it was like 13th place in a challenge. I would assume it's absolutely playing Torpor Orb. I rated it as a 10 out of 10. I'd say it's about that. It's not. Skyclave Apparition? Skyclave Apparition is like a 10 out of 10. Skyclave Apparition is freaking insane. Arcana Myria is like a 7 out of 10. Skyclave Apparition is the nuts. It's busted in half. It's crazy. Because it removes everything. It's just an answer to everything, which white has never had such an economical answer to everything that costs 3 mana and is a creature. That's the crazy thing about Skyclave Apparition is, like, you used to have situations against humans or something like that where you're like, oh, well, at least I can get this Ensnaring Bridge out and I'll probably win. And they're like, no, main deck, instant speed, uncounterable, here's my creature, you're done. All right. So they put Force of Negation on top of their deck, but it is currently on top of their deck. So let's see if we can resolve this Unmoored Ego now that we've finally drawn our additional land. Also, I definitely should have fetched white there because I do have white-blue cards that I should have played. And there's the remand. I'm just getting out of here. This has been too brutal, and they have had too much time. We need a Billy Mays infomercial for Skyclave Apparition. I'm there for it. What does Billy Mays wear? Maybe I can do it. Because I've got spare time on my hands, and I want more motivation to get a good camera. Let's look up a what is it? Stick tape? What is it called? Something tape. Stick tech? No, that's... OxyClean, no. Quick Chop, no. Chipotle Away, no. What was the tape? Gosh darn it. Anyone? Bueller? No, it was no. There was the tape that you could even apply underwater. Like you could throw it on like a burst pipe and it would seal it. Well, here we go to Mold 5. I guess we're on the draw, and we have a Force of Negation and a Mystic Gate, but Mystic Gate could so easily just not be a card. Alright, yeah, well. Oh my god, there's only one land! Okay, now let's keep one of the, let's keep one of everything. We have been mulliganing into oblivion with this deck. I would like to draw better. Listen, even if we do draw better, we'll just lose by playing badly, so don't even worry about it. Just be cool, man. Just be cool. I don't want to be better, I want to be best. Can you imagine there might only be 2 more months of being best? Quick, blame Antifa. I can't believe that Antifa has become like a mainstream thing. Hey, we found another land. Sweet. Okay. I think we're double shocking here so that I have double white, so that no matter what I draw next turn, we will be able to... sorry, if I draw any other land, we will be able to cast Skyclave Apparition. Does not feel great, but that's where we're at. Scry 2. Bloop. Holy yikes. Bottom. One of the things that really annoys me, though, about Antifa is it's one of those things that just becomes so disconnected from its original meaning that you don't even know if it means what it was supposed to mean in the first place anymore. And it's just gross. It's all so gross. Okay, Well, that was a real good draw, because at least we get to get rid of the Teferi. Appeal to authority is a fallacy I wish never existed. That speaks volumes of the world. Nice top deck. Yeah, top deck and land, thank God. Could have used it last game, but you know. Oh my God! That's so good! I don't want to block, but I have to. Oh, this is such crap. God, we're so dead. Here, have your 3/3. Brutal. Next game, I'm just gonna mull until I hit an Aether Vial. Just like no matter what, you know? Yeah, I'm good here. We'll just mull until we get an Aether Vial. One of our 3. Which is clearly good enough. Alright, so this deck definitely needs more info. Get there when we get there. Alright, Fatal Pushes. Probably don't need Force of Negations in this matchup. Not that they're useless. Tired of mulliganing, says man who vowed to mulligan to... Quiet, you. I'm trying to maintain an image. Let's cling to dust and an Ephemerate, because those are instants and they're playing Teferi. I don't know. Alright, we're gonna go with this slapdash sideboarding because making good decisions hasn't been working, so let's see if we can just make all semi-random decisions. So Billy Mays dresses like what's his name from Home Improvement? Not Tim, but the Al. Is it Al? Al. But it's a blue shirt and tan pants. I don't have the... No, maybe I do still have some tan pants. I think I do. Khaki pants? Might have khaki pants. I don't have a blue button down, but I could find one. Yeah, just as like a plumber. Yeah. Well, we found the Aether Vial. I'm not shipping this one. Literally can't cast anything else in my hand. Don't care. I'm not gonna name, I don't know, Spirit? Cat? Do I think they're playing Aether Vial? No, let's name Spirit. Okay. Hey, Home Improvement, it was a good show. I mean, not a great show, but it was a good show. I definitely watched it when I was growing up. I don't remember much of it. I remember that it was a pretty classic sitcom. I remember Tim the Toolman Taylor on Tool Time. Like, I remember the broad strokes of the... Oh my God, they forced me. God, FML, just... Oh my God. Brutal. They forced... It's just... Stupid game. They have no turn 2 play? Seriously? Did you keep your hand on the back of screwing me there? Alright, well. Let's just draw out of it somehow. You know? Maybe we'll be... I didn't go to my end stuff. They're playing freaking Icefang Quaddle? Goodness gracious. Mulligan to 2 Aether Vials next turn. Next time. Yeah. No, that's clearly what we should be doing. Oh my God. You know what it is? You know what it is? Let's just be honest about this. Because you gotta be honest. Try to be honest with the world. I'm just jealous. I wish I was playing my opponent's deck and I'm not, you know? My opponent's deck is playing Icefang Quaddle. Like, come on. Don't you dare. God, that's so tilted. Sure. It'd be really easy to beat this card if I had an Aether Vial. Shame. Can you hear the siren song of the Snowlands, laddie? They've taken many to his frigid doom. Now I want to watch Samurai Jack. Okay. So I think we're going to play Teferi and bounce their Ice Fang Quaddle. Although Ice Fang or Geist has the ability to split, so they can attack my Teferi for 2 and me for 4, which sucks. But I don't know. We're it feels like we're pretty much just screwed here no matter what already. Like they just kind of curved out and crushed me. Samurai Jack has a video game. It's mediocre. That's really sad. Samurai Jack deserved an excellent video game. Oh, dude, Samurai Jack is amazing. The 4th season, the 5th season, when they came back to like finish the story, it was very different. It's not bad, but it's very different. I think it's not as good. But I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not as good as the original show. The original show was very, very special for the time where it existed, and just truly, truly excellent. And then when they came back and finished the series in an extra season, it was good in a very different way. I'm sure there's some people who say it was better. I'm fine with that. It just wasn't. It wasn't the same, which is fine. Is it depressing? No, it's not depressing at all. No. BoJack Horseman is super depressing. Samurai Jack, if anything, is generally very uplifting. It's fun, and it's funny, and it's cute, and it's... Samurai Jack runs the whole gamut of... Because with Samurai Jack, the thing, though, is because it is, like, painfully episodic. Like, the seasons don't have a lot of continuity at all, ever. So... you just get a lot of like just episodes, and because of that, what they'll do is there's like multiple episodes where like it's a horror story, or there's multiple episodes where it's like the whole episode is very comedic, or there's multiple episodes where the whole story is like an epic or a buddy comedy, or so that they'll just like kind of pick a genre and just run with it. Oh crap, they're attacking with only Geist. And now it has 3 toughness, which means my Spell Queller cannot block it successfully. So we're just going to Fatal Push their Angel token and sob, because this matchup is unwinnable at this point. Are you literally going to counter this? You are not. Spell Queller. I will Spell Queller your Spell Queller. And I will do so uncounterably. Suck a dick, dumb shits. Yeah. Get out of here. Boom. If I could block and kill that Geist, I would be so happy. But I can't. Okay. Zug zug. Oh no. Why am I staying in this game? Yeah, I'm done. It's not good enough. We've got the Warder. The Warder doesn't matter. We don't have enough mana. Like, we would be fine for 1 turn, but we were inevitably doomed there. We were just way too far behind. No, I mean, I'm not saying we couldn't have stuck in that game. I just saw no world in which we were going to come out on top of that. Like, we don't have a way to deal with that Geist other than playing multiple creatures and have them block. And by the time that happened, we were just going to die. So I'm okay with scooping it up. I'm not upset about it. This deck is proving to be neat, but only okay. And I don't love it, so I'm happy to keep moving along. There we go. What is Titsylvania? Oh my god, it's like a perfect hand. Let's keep it and lose. At least this time we have a fallback plan when our Aether Vial gets Force of Negations. And our opponent's name is I Play Bad Decks down here in the 03 bracket. So perhaps a chance to move on up to the single win bracket. Time will tell. Tune in next time on the Mana Symbol channel. We'll go black, white, play Tidehollow Sculler. I can't pitch for this Force of Negation or indeed cast it at all at this moment, so that's fun. What the hell? My opponent is playing Soul Flare. This will likely go really well for me. So I'm gonna take this Lightning Axe. Next turn they're gonna play Gather the Pack, and then we'll be able to Sculler their Soul Flare. Yeah, and that's pretty great. So fun. And then after that, I don't know what we're gonna do, but you're gonna play Gather, right? You're not gonna play the Caryatid. Yeah, good. Okay. So I wonder what Modern brings their deck. So it did happen over a month ago. There was a Soul Flare deck that did exceptionally well in a challenge. So the answer is nothing. I honestly think the only thing Modern brings their deck is an improved mana base. So I'm just taking the Flare here, right? A sense of legitimacy. Well, yeah. They have a lot. Was it Lotleth Troll? They have a Lotleth Troll. I can kill that with a Strangler. So I'm just gonna play out Teferi here and draw a card. And I want. I have double blue, so let's get, I don't know, more black. But let's also get more white. I don't know. Let's get a Godless Shrine because I don't have one yet. Yeah, let's just draw a card. Who's got 2 thumbs and married recently? Not you, is it? Oh, it's Larynx Punchworthy. Right? It's not you, is it? Didn't miss your wedding. Yeah, he has 2 thumbs. As far as I know. I've seen him play Hollow Knight. He plays Hollow Knight like a man with 2 thumbs. Although, I do know someone who has only, like, finger nubbins on one hand, and he plays a mean video game, so. Alright, we're going to throw a counter on the Vial, then we're going to Vial in our Strangler, kill the Lotless Troll, and just beat them to death, because our deck is actually kind of well positioned in this game. If not this matchup, but in this game. Bloop. Made Hollow Knight look way easier than it was, and Zach got sad. I mean, it just wasn't fun. Like, it was just like a lot of the bosses were like tedious. It wasn't that you made it seem easy so much as I think I was watching it when it was like, I don't know, more fun. Like, I don't know. There's okay. What are they? Oh, they discard. This is a Talpa. That's fair. Discards 7 Caryatid. No, they're gonna have enough cards. Do you have another creature in your hand? No, they don't. Good. Lightning Axe goes in the graveyard. That goes in the graveyard. Okay. And then if they play... Wait, no. I want to exile this Talpa proactively because if they have a Soul Flare, they exile as part of the cost. So no. I mean, sorry. I'm just the kind of person who, how do I want to say this? I'm the kind of person who, when I look at something that's difficult, it's not that I can't do it, it's just that I don't want to put in the time to do it. So yes, it is a difficult game. The line between where I am and where I would need to be good at it is straight and clear to me, which means it is simple. That doesn't mean it's easy, it means it's simple. I should have forced that. So simple versus complex is usually the axis on which I find value in games. I thoroughly enjoyed the hits of dopamine in the game. Well, that's good. As well you should. Yep, definitely should have forced that, because now they're going to have a hasty, hexproof Soul Flare. It's not going to have any of the scary keywords, but it is going to be hasty and hexproof. Yeah. Oh, and trampling. Life is suffering. Send tweet. Oh, they're attacking. That seems excessively bold. Opponent, you are foolish. Yeah, no, it's just a 4/4. It's not any bigger. It's not like it absorbs the power or toughness from any of those cards. So I'm just gonna kill them next turn around it. So I'm really not sure what they thought they were doing with that, but that's fine. Now hit him with the blue char. Ah, Psionic Blast. Yes! Blast them! They will not survive the Psionic Blast. I just don't know why they attacked last turn. It's just so wild. I do appreciate my opponent for tapping mana there and then being like, nah, I got nothing. Sorry, I got nothing. So Thoughtseize seems good, Ravenous Trap seems good, Kaya seems okay, Unmoored Ego seems okay, Celestial Purge seems bad. I'll be back in a second and I will figure that out. I have lost a sanctioned game of Modern. No, Psionic Blast is a legit card. So is Char. I mean, they're like, a single card doing 4 damage is good, and being able to point it at anything instead of Boros Charm only being at players. I mean, that has value. All right. So, despite the fact that Force of Negation would have been acceptable in that game, I don't think we need it. I don't think we want Kaya. Path to Exile seems a little speculative. I'm not sure. Like, it can be relevant. I think, actually, you know, Wasteland Strangler is definitely worse than Path on average. Kaya too slow. That's generally my thought. Also, Kaya's never going to remove like the properly scary creatures. Like, she's going to delve their graveyard a little bit, and that has that has an amount of value, but I think it's generally pretty low. I think on the draw I will keep an extra Teferi and pitch an Ulamog's Nullifier, and I think I'll flip that on the play. So it does not. The thing to remember about the Soul Flare is that it's not always going to have hexproof. We do need to mulligan here. Kaya eat through another graveyard in a matter. I don't. She might be good enough. Maybe she might be. I think she's generally not going to be good enough, but she could be. Do I want to keep 2 paths? No, because I've got Path and Spell Queller here, and they're both kind of. Spell Queller is not actually that good. I'm glad I caught that too slow. Well, Hopefully we're okay. Gather the pack. Oh, carry it did. Okay. Delay, on the other hand, is a banger. So the question is, they have 5 cards in hand. What is more likely to be relevant? Tidehollow Sculler or Delay? They both have their charms. I think I'd rather play the Sculler and get the Lay of the Land. I guess the Delay is guaranteed. Just Delay is probably the best interaction in this deck right now. I think so. The problem is if they could easily go like Thoughtseize into good spell. Yeah, so like this worked out nicely because I'm taking their Questing Beast, and then they are going to play Abrupt Decay and Grizzly Salvage, but then I'll have Delay for the next turn. So this worked out. They play Thoughtseize, I like Scullering. I mean, I would assume they're playing Thoughtseize in their 75 if they're not playing it right now. They can go Salvage into Soulflare right here. Ah, Samut. Double Strike, Haste, Vigilance, Flash. Switch to drinking gin with diet tonic water and sometimes lemonade. I recommend it. Oh, no. Gin and tonics are great. I like them better with lime than lemon, and just a hit of simple syrup. But gin and tonics are great. Good gin and tonic is lovely. I will also make a Earl Grey martini for you at some point. Earl Grey infused gin. It's delightful. Okay, do we... No, we're just going to Queller the beast when they play it. Kill the beast. Yeah, Earl Grey Martini is one of the best drinks I've ever made. It's very, very easy. It's not my favorite thing I can make, but it's very, very good. It's definitely a drink I can make to impress people and be kind of neat. Cavern of Souls. Good God. They choose the creature type God? Oh, that's terrifying. What the hell is about to happen to me? Well, I hope they don't immediately have another Abrupt Decay. Yeah, Klothys can be quellered. I just was like, when they picked God, I was thinking like, oh no. No, I'm not worried about this. I just didn't know what was about to happen to me, and I was concerned, all right? You're not gloating. Not you, them, I'm like, oh, got it. Klothys can be quellered, you fool. You have failed to anticipate your doom. Uh-oh. Lotleth troll. Oh, no. All right, oh, I need to pick human so that I can have... Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll pick human. Here is my uncounterable, charming prince. Scry. I miss our antics. This is true. Antics are quality. Ooh, I do need that Teferi. Let's go top and then top. So we have Teferi and yeah. All right. No, this is looking great because they're likely to play Questing Beast here. We're gonna delay it and then we get a Teferi into play, bounce the Lotleth troll, and lock out the man. It's looking good. It's like this deck is actually capable of doing good things. What is this? Unfortunately for us, Delay has the remand text, So delay cannot be used to counter an uncounterable god, and delay cannot be used in the face of Veil of Summer, etc. It does not immediately exile something. It counters a spell, and if it was countered that way, will exile it. So it plays by the rules, but that's okay. What are you playing here? Is this not the Questing Beast? What's happening? Oh, nice draw. You're not good enough, but nice. Get out of here. So I know they have Questing Beast in their hand. So I guess I block here, because if they pitch both the cards in their hand to beat my Charming Prince, I'm just going to path their guy next turn. Which is pretty aggressive. Yeah, they just went ham. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, because they think they're getting the Soul Flare back. But they're not. Let's just draw planes. Let's make their... Yeah, buddy! Make my night complete. So now if they draw a Questing Beast or a Soul Flare, I'm still in good shape. If they somehow manage to get a Zetalpa in... It did not have Hexproof, no. If they somehow manage to get a Zetalpa in their graveyard and they manage to get a Soul Flare into play, then we would be in a small amount of trouble, but we're not, so we're okay. Let's get a Godless Shrine. Do you want to pay a life? No. Ooh, good draw. So let's go attack for 2. Just keep chipping away. And then play Charming Prince. Well, do I want to play the Charming Prince? I have Nullifier and Path. No, we're good. We're just going to sit where we are. In fact, you know what? Let's just draw step Path. Yeah, we're going to draw step Path. For what we want our Path to do, we're going to draw step Path. Putting Cavern on God was a punt, given we have Queller in our deck. I don't agree. I saw the I play bad decks. I'm wondering how MTGO knew. I don't know that putting Cavern on God was necessarily a punt, because we do play non-Queller counters. So, like, it's just one of, like, they had to hedge in some direction. Like, they could have put it on Beast and then played Questing Beast, and it still would have been just as bad. And their other options are to not play anything or to not use the Cavern. Like, they got to use the Cavern and they got to try, right? It's not, I don't think it's a punt. I think just like this deck, they are playing a deck with Cavern that has like 8 different creature types that don't overlap, making Soul Flare uncounterable, gets around all interaction. Yeah, I guess so. That's true. But they didn't have a Soul Flare in their hand at the time. They had a Questing Beast and they had Clothis. So I guess it might yeah, you could see it as a punt. It depends. Are you more willing to take the chance that I don't have a Queller in my hand and I have a non-Queller piece of counter interaction, or do you want to save the Cavern for the Soul Flare and have the Haymaker? But that only matters if you ever draw this. So like either way they could get punished. Yeah. I think it's worth like considering both sides of that, and I'm not sure. I just don't know which answer is right. Well, we got a keepable 7, so that's pretty great. Maybe we can win another match here and go 2-3. Oh, or you know. Actually, if this is green Tron, this is a pretty good hand against it. And it just keeps getting better. Don't need that anymore. Okay, it looks like it is green Tron. Ancient Stirrings. Looking like Greentron. So I need blue and black. Yeah, good. Oh, we're just gonna exploit Teferi and Spell Queller to crush them here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Aether Vial, why you gotta do me like that? That's fine. So, yet another game where we get to ignore the fact that we have any Aether Vials. Is it good to just play the good draw? Are you streaming a third league? I don't think so. All the decks that I really want to play are pretty time intensive. Unless you want me to stick around and play like some Pyro, Sonic Pyro. I would play that. What is this? What are you playing for? 4 or 5? This has got to be Karn, right? Karn? And you're leaving 1 mana left over? Walking Ballista X equals to... So they want to fetch with Expedition Map? So, oh, they must have Ulamog in their hand. God, that's going to be really bad. Well, I mean... I'm assuming they have Ulamog in their hand because what they're going to do is Expedition Map EOT, go get another tower, and then be sure that they can cast the Ulamog and just eat me alive with that. I mean, it's possible there's something else going on, but I think that's pretty likely. Let's go Spirit. Oh, I don't have double blue for Force of Negation, so if they play, this is gonna be really bad. Maybe they'll play Karn this turn. Maybe they'll play Karn this turn, and no one will ever go hungry. Okay, there's the tower. Tower, Ulamog. Okay. Much magic was played. Thoughtseize, Unmoored Ego. On the plus side, this matchup should be good for us. Tron is fun and interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and that really came down to us, like, being on the play. If we had been on the play, we would have been in much better shape. And then we drew the Aether Vial on turn 2, which is, you know, I mean, I'm not complaining about it, but it's, like, obviously not what you want. They mulled a 5 on game 2. We have an excellent hand against them. So, again, we should be good to go here, but see that Ulamog coming from a mile away last game and just, oof. You don't come back from that one. Jeez Louise. Yep. All right. Yeah, that's what we want to see. So, do I want to just jam my Teferi here and then... No, don't think so. No, we definitely want to force or delay this. I cannot hard cast the force, so we're going to have to delay this turn, but that's okay. Shit. Should have gotten a second blue source into play. So I'm not playing a Mystic Sanctuary deck, so I'm like very unconscious of how much I need double blue to actually hard cast Force of Negation. But yeah. Ooh, look, a turn 3 Tron. Oh no. Not again. Come on now. Come on now. Oh, well, that is exactly what we needed. Okay, I don't have the Ulamog. Well, I don't know what to do now. I guess we take the Spatial Contortion. Is Contortion or Stirrings? Because I don't... Well, actually, I don't have a Spell Queller, so they can have the Spatial Contortion. I'm going to take the Ancient Stirrings because everything else is expensive. And I want them to be dicking around with expensive spells that I can easily deal with. Okay. Thus far, they have 0 cards in Exile, which is not where I want them to be, but... Okay. Please play the Ulamog and not the Thragtusk. Can I play the Thragtusk? So I have to delay. Because the reason... That's really frustrating. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It's kind of... Actually, it's not super relevant. Okay, I will go get Hallowed Fountain. Because having double white is not bad, and having double blue is certainly something we want. Queller is not the best. So what are we doing here? Playing Watery Grave, we force a negation next turn. How do we get... So they're gonna play the Ugin this turn. They won't have the mana to activate Oblivion Stone. So I don't know. I don't need to do anything. I just need to see what they play. Because we're going to exile the Ugin, and then we need them to play a spell in the next turn so we can nullify this Thragtusk, because getting this Teferi into play is just not reasonable at all right now. No, come on, don't do that. Oh. All right. Okay, fine. So they're putting us in a corner where we need to shoot. That's coming off suspend. Okay, good. It's not coming off suspend yet. So bounce the stone. They could pay 5. They probably won't, but they could. They might. They will. Okay. Oh, no, I don't get to draw a card. Because they had to do that. This is super frustrating. It's not just a Tron player, it's a good Tron player. Oh, well. Good for them, they should play well. You're still not gonna play the friggin' Ugin, are you? Seriously? Okay, good. Thank God. But now, oh, they're devoid. Well, now they're gonna have Veil, right? Somehow? Oh, okay, good. Okay, so they have 2 cards in exile, but they won't when the Thragtusk goes on the stack. So, shit. Jeez. Yeah, so that drag test is going to resolve no matter what now. So let's scry 2 and try to find something relevant. Oh boy. Alright, well, we tried. Ulamog's Nullifier is devoid, which means you can't pitch it to Force. That is so frustrating. Stupid ability. No, my synergy deck is getting completely brutalized by a sleek and efficient modern deck. No. I'll take it. Please just have another Haymaker here. I would appreciate the swift doom. There we go. I'm good here. I'm good. I'm good. You got it. Okay, so pretty disappointing time with Esper Vial. So 2 Ephemerate, 2 Path Exile, 2 Cling to Dust, 3 Aether Vials, 2 Force of Negations, 2 Sky. This deck is not heavily committed to any of its angles. Ulamog's Nullifier stands out as being brutally inefficient for Modern. This card is tangentially almost, maybe, possibly good enough to be played in Pioneer. But generally speaking for Modern, this is nowhere near good enough. I am 100% sure I did not play this deck perfectly, but it is super clunky and awkward and weird and fun and interesting if you draw the right sort of sequence of cards that are not a complete train wreck, as I was wont to do. So, yeah, just not the best. I could play another league of Sonic Pyro. I'm vaguely tempted to do so because we got some decent viewer numbers. Maybe we will. If you're feeling Prison, I've been doing well with this. I am feeling Prison, but I really want to play something that's obnoxious. No, I mean, this looks great, and I would love to play this, just not right now. Right now, I'm going to dig out my Sonic Pyro list and go nuts with it. So, thank you for watching if you're hanging out on YouTube. And if you are here live, we'll be back in a few minutes with Sonic Pyro, which is a known deck of mine, let's say. And we'll be just trying to cheese out some wins here and having a good time. So if you are on YouTube, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, leave a comment if you have anything to say about the deck that we just played. It was a good time, if not the best of times, maybe the blurst of times. I don't think I'll be playing it again unless there's a severely tweaked version that comes out. These creature decks and Aether Vial decks are super not up my alley. So, no offense to anyone who does enjoy those, and kudos to the person who 5-0'd with it, but it's just not what I'm looking for in a Magic the Gathering deck. So we are loading up for Sonic Pyro, and I will see you in that video if you choose to watch along.
Localized and devilish, Seymour. This time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen.
Seymour! The house is on fire!
mother. Just the steamed ham. Steamed ham. Steamed ham. Steamed ham. That's what I call hamburger. Steamed ham. Steamed ham. Steamed ham. Family recipe. Mash it? Oh no. Oh no. Mash it? I thought we were having Aurora Borealis.
Seymour! Seymour! The house is on fire! Seymour! Help! Help!
Good Lord, what is happening in there? You call hamburger steamed ham. You steam it in. Steamed ham. Steamed ham. Steamed ham. That's what I call hamburger. Steamed ham. Steamed ham. Steamed ham. Old family recipe. Steamed ham. Steamed ham. Steamed ham. That's what I call hamburger. Steamed ham. Steamed ham. Steamed ham. Old family recipe. Well, Seymour, you are an odd fellow, but I must say, they are obviously grilled. You know, one thing excuse me for 1 second. Of course. The beer!
You got the done! 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 You got the done!
You got the dud right here. Good friend, you got the dud right here. Stand up for yourself, Poindexter. You got the dud right here. Good friend, you got the dud right here. You got the dud right here. You got the dud right here.
You got the done!
Man, Mana Trader has just been slammed today. We hit that sweet 1-4, but we're booting up for Sonic Pyro, so if you want to stick around, we got another deck coming at you.
You deserve reward. Here is your cat back, good as new. Cat's back for everyone.
I had a dog.
He's cat now. He's cat now.
I had a dog.
He's cat now. I am Mugash. Pink of flower is full of snakes. You fool! They kill you! Pink of flower is full of snakes.
Okay, back in a mo.
Snakes! Bravo, little girl. Cat's back for everyone.
See you tomorrow, Lisa. Go, go, go! Why do people run from me?
Hey, Homer, that's 4 strikes in a row. You got a perfect game going. Miss! Miss! Sorry, I was calling the waitress. This split you sold me is making